sight. No telling what we might find. Birds calling, worms crawling, leaves falling down from above. Oh, I plant my feet on the ground. I keep my head in the clouds. I let my feelings out loud. I hear joy calling, fear crawling, tears falling down out of love.
Welcome, friends. I'm so glad you're here. Happy Wonder Wednesday. I wanted us to start off by checking in on our zones. If you watched my first episode earlier in the week, you may remember that the zones of regulation are a really helpful tool we can use if we are trying to tell someone our feelings or communicate how we are feeling in that moment. So right now, I would love for you to think about what zone you're in. I'll explain them so you are familiar with what they all mean and what they stand for, and then you can think of the color that you're feeling right now. The blue zone is a slow-moving zone. You may be feeling tired or kind of heavy in your body. The green zone is a zone where you're feeling pretty comfortable, really content, settled, maybe feeling happy or focused. The yellow zone is when your body is feeling a little jittery. Maybe you're a little bit worried about something. You can't seem to focus, maybe a little distracted. And the red zone is when you're feeling really angry or upset or frustrated. Maybe your body gets really tense. Maybe it likes to make really big moves. And each of these zones, as you can see, are all kind of even with each other, because there's no right zone or wrong zone or good zone or bad zone. It's just a tool to help us think about what our body is feeling and what our brain might be thinking. So take a moment, please, and think about what zone you're in. You can listen to clues from your body. Think about some of those words I used. Is your body still and calm? You might be in the green zone. Is your body tense or really hot? You might feel in the red zone. If your body is really heavy and tired and maybe just not fully awake, you might be in the blue zone. Or maybe your body is feeling a little jittery. You're probably in the yellow zone. I'm feeling in the green zone right now because I'm really comfortable. My body's in control, and I feel like I could share my thoughts and communicate with you pretty well right now. What zone are you in? Thanks so much for taking a minute to check in on your zone. Remember, I also have a bunch of feelings on this poster here that you can use to describe how you're feeling after you identify what zone you're in. Try to think about that today and challenge yourself. Next time you check in and figure out your zone, try to think of a feeling that describes it. Now, let's get moving. Our date today is 9/8/21. Another way to say that you may remember is September 8th, 2021. And we are going to do a couple different exercises. But before we start, I wanted to check in with Fig because they already have a clue for our first move. What do you see? Any guesses of what move Fig is telling us to do? Oh, okay. Fig said that they start like this, and then they do the same thing on the other side. Any ideas? Oh, thanks, Fig. They said they are called Meups. Would you like to stand up with me and try 9 Meups? Great, let's do it. We're going to put our hands out straight in front of us. We'll try to keep them still. Then we're going to pick up one knee at a time to touch our hand. 1, 2, count with me, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Awesome work. Now we're going to do 8 moves. How about 8 lunges? We can keep building our leg muscles just like we started with our knee-ups. In order to do a lunge, you'll want to stand up, kind of stretch your legs out, nice and long. You're going to bend one knee and keep the other one straight. Ready? 1. Going to turn to the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lunges. Now we have 21 moves to do. Oh, how about 21 twists? I like this move because you can do it standing or sitting, whatever's more comfortable for you. And all you do is take your arms, kind of put them out a little bit in a space that's yours. We're going to twist our body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Awesome job. Thanks for moving around a bit with me. If you'd like to calm your body back down and settle into your space, you can take some deep breaths to get back in control. All right, now we're ready. Ready for what, you ask? Our message. So I'm going to open up my journal here, and as I do, I'm going to ask you to scoot in close. Closer. Closer! I want to make sure you can see the words really well, because there's lots of important things in this message today. Let's read it together. Dear fabulous friends, I'm wondering what you think of when you see or hear the words New Year. Maybe you're thinking of your birthday when you change from one age to the next. Maybe you're thinking of January 1st, when many of our calendars change years. Maybe you're starting a new school year, and now feels like a new year or new start for you. Well, I wanted to let you know that our Jewish friends and neighbors are celebrating a new year this week. Do you know what this holiday is called? Let's learn together. Love, Mrs. A. Before we learn about that new holiday, or holiday that might be new to us, let's look carefully at this message. I sometimes like to hide some mysteries in my message, and they are called alliterations. Can you say that word? Alliteration. Alliteration. And an alliteration is when there are words next to each other, boop, boop, that start with the same letter or sound. Let's read this part again and listen for the alliteration. Dear fabulous friends. Do you hear that F sound? Fabulous friends. This is an alliteration. Are there any other alliterations you can spot? words that start with the same letter or sound? Go ahead and call them out as you find them, or if you're not sure what the word is, point to it. I hope you find a couple more hidden alliterations in my message. But now, I'm curious. I wonder, what is that holiday called? The holiday that Jewish friends and neighbors celebrate to recognize a new year. Do you know? If you don't know, that's okay. I've been doing some talking with my Jewish friends and neighbors and some reading of some books that I'll share with you soon. But I learned that the holiday is called Rosh Hashanah, and that actually means beginning or head of the year. The language that it is in is Hebrew, and Rosh Hashanah, meaning the beginning or head of a year, is a holiday that's celebrated this year in September, but sometimes it falls a little bit later in the month. And Rosh Hashanah is the start of a new year for Jewish friends and neighbors. One way that many people celebrate Rosh Hashanah is by enjoying apples and honey together. They enjoy some apples and honey because they want to start a sweet new year. You may even hear some of your Jewish friends or neighbors or family say, Shana Tova. Shana Tova means have a good, sweet year. And so as part of a tradition, or something that many Jewish people do at the beginning of their new year, Rosh Hashanah, is they eat apples and honey together in order to have and to think of the sweet new year ahead. I'm wondering, do you have any traditions or things that you do with your family or your friends at the start of something new? Maybe before the first day of school, you do something every year. Or during your birthday, is there a way that you and your family like to celebrate? Traditions are a part of our culture and our identity and help make us who we are. I would love to hear about some of your traditions. I have some really beautiful books that can teach us more about Rosh Hashanah and some other holidays that people celebrate, specifically in ways that they celebrate the new year. This first one is called Every Month is a New Year, and it's by Marilyn Singer and Susan L. Roth. And I really love this book because it talks all about different ways that people celebrate New Year's and different places around the world and different cultures or religions that celebrate New Year's at different times throughout the year. And so I wanted to share this with you. Here's a map of our world and a little bit of information about different New Year's that are celebrated around the world. And then here is a poem that will hopefully get you started or interested in this book, so you can maybe take it out at your library or buy it from your bookstore to read more. It says, "The year turns. We chose the date from the Earth's movement, from the moon's phases, these clocks and calendars we create. Together in parks and squares, in temples and houses, watching the year turn, we celebrate." And as I mentioned in here, it's almost like a calendar with a bunch of different New Year's celebrations and traditions, and it's a really fabulous book to learn more about different ways people celebrate. I also have this book from my library called A Moon for Mo and Mo. And this is a fantastic book that talks a bit about Rosh Hashanah, as well as another holiday that people celebrate. I don't want to give too much away, but I really love how this story includes two characters who have some things in common and some things that are different, but they do get to share their traditions with each other, which I really enjoy. And another book specifically about Rosh Hashanah is called Something New for Rosh Hashanah. And this is by Jane Yulin. And I really like this one because inside, there are lots of new things that this character does not enjoy trying. But as you go through the story, you'll see that in the end, she does get a chance to try something new, just like many of us can at the start of something new. Maybe at the start of your new school year, you might want to try making a new friend. Or maybe at the start of your new year, if your birthday is coming up, you might want to set a goal for yourself and try to learn how to ride a bike. Or maybe you want to learn how to play an instrument. You can try something new, just like the character in that book. Now, I'd love if you take a mindful moment with me in order to get ready to go off to your day. There are lots of different ways we can be mindful, and I spoke about some of them in my first episode. Maybe you remember a few. Last time we were together, we did some mindful stretching. Today, I'd like to try some mindful breathing. Breathing is something that we do all day, every day, and we often don't even realize it. So today we're really going to focus on our breath for our mindful moment. And we're going to do it in a way that is my absolute favorite. It is called flower candle. So grab your favorite flower and a beautiful colored candle. Use your imagination here. Oh, here's my flower. Oh, I just love the way it smells, and here's my candle. I'm trying to hold my candle carefully because it is lit. We don't want to get burnt. What we're going to do is we're going to smell our flower and take a big breath in, fill our belly with air, and we're going to blow our candle out, just like we may do to celebrate our birthday. We're going to do this 5 times, so 5 big breaths in, and then we'll slowly blow them out. I'll do it too. You can follow along. Make sure you've got your flower and your candle ready. Let's do it. Fill those bellies. Hold it in, and then blow out your candle. Let's do it again. 3 more times. Let's go again. All these flowers smell wonderful. One last time, make it your biggest inhale. And slowly let it all out. Friends, you can put your flower and your candle down. Thank you for taking that mindful moment with me and breathing and noticing the breath in your belly and your body. I wanted to let you know that another way that many people practice mindfulness is through something called yoga. Maybe you've heard of that before, and maybe you haven't. But it is a way that people move their body and stretch and build muscles, and it really helps a lot of people clear their minds and focus on what's happening right in that moment. And so this month, the month of September, is actually National Yoga Month. And I am really, really excited because I have an amazing friend and a very creative friend who designed a game all about yoga. And it is a really fun game that I've recently learned, and I'll get to share it with you in the next coming episodes. And I'm also going to have a chance to give a few copies of the game away. So if you would like a chance, make sure you tune in next week and make sure you subscribe so I know that you would like to enter my giveaway. I'll talk more about that in my next few episodes, but I'm really looking forward to teaching you this game. Friends, I want to send you off with some love, a hug if you'd like it, or a wave. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you make it a great day. Special shout out to Nora and Clayton. This episode is for you, my friends. I am so glad that you are on this journey with me, and I hope you continue to do great things. See you soon.